Have a go at this wooden lady that someone's just carved into the tree stump here. Looks like the bow of an old sailing ship out in the middle of the bush here. I'm in a spot where I come to get firewood most seasons. I've actually camped here before too. When we went to find the crashed aircraft that was up on the side of Mount Stanley a couple of years ago, and that was in the middle of winter as well. I'm not actually going to try and camp here though. What I really want to do is camp at the lookout, which is up the top here. I've just been there just a minute ago and it's quite windy, so we'll go up there for a little bit and check it out. And I'm not sure that the site's very level, so I've got my levelling blocks and we'll try and level it out and see if we can't camp up there tonight.
Paddling jacks, driving on the tracks, so much more. Come along with all things outdoors.
It'll be early July now. The forecast is calling for a bit of rain overnight and a bit windy as well, which is interesting because it'll be right up on the top of a crest of a hill, so it could be quite windy up there. But the low's only going to get down to 7 degrees tonight, so not particularly cold given it's the middle of winter. So ideal conditions for truck camping. I brought along my Mr. Buddy heater, but probably won't need it. It's actually going to be warmer than it was last time I went out when it was only 5 degrees overnight, so I think we'll be more than comfortable, but that wind chill might drop the temperature down a little bit. Alright, we might head up to the campsite then and see if we can get set up. Welcome back. Oh, had a little bit of a departure here. This is the little thing that props up the fridge and keeps it up so that I can slide the bed mechanism underneath. Alright, just allow me to get a bit organised here. Alright, so on tonight's menu is going to be something a little bit different. It's going to be a chicken schnitzel burger with a bit of a twist. So I used to always love to have Turkish bread, but I haven't had it in years. And the other day my wife Louise brought home a bag of Turkish rolls and I'm like, oh, you know what I'm going to have? I'm going to have a schnitzel Turkish roll with bacon and egg and lettuce, and the key ingredient is garlic aioli. And I'm going to toast it up on the little companion stove, and I'm probably going to even try it up here tonight, so hopefully we don't have any mishaps like we had last time where I dumped the steak on the floor and everything just went pear-shaped. Couple of little updates since the last video. I went and bought myself a tailgate sealing kit, so there's a whole bunch of rubber seals in there to seal any drafts, and more importantly stop dust from getting into the canopy, so that I can keep everything nice and clean in here. You know, so it's got a twofold benefit of being able to keep the drafts out and keep the place a bit warmer, and also keeping the dust out, especially when you're going on the dirt tracks. And yeah, I've also ordered a a folding 3-fold mattress to replace this one. This one actually comes out of our caravan, and my kids sleep on these, and as you can see, it's just sort of a bit janky in here at the moment, the way it's set up. So hopefully that mattress will sit up here nicely, and it'll be oriented this way instead of going crossways, because that's what I found last time with this mattress, was really hard to deploy the trifold sliding mechanism with the mattress the way it is here. So fingers crossed that'll help. That's on its way at the moment. Other than that, really pleased with how this little setup has gone lately, and it's super comfortable and I just love it. So yeah. Right, what's the time now? 5 o'clock. Well, that's normally tea time for me at home with little kids, but what I'm going to do, because I've got really good phone service here, is I'm going to do what I couldn't do on the last trip, and I'm going to set up the TV with the Google TV and kick back and watch some movies for the evening. You can just hear around me the wind and rain sort of starting to pick up a little bit, because it's supposed to come through at this time of night and start picking up, so that could make things interesting. The cabin might be rocking around a little bit. Also on that matter too, you might have seen just then when I pulled up, I put it up on the leveling blocks, and the cabin in here feels pretty level, so I'm pretty pleased with how it's sitting at the moment. So that should make sleeping much more enjoyable than if I was sliding down the bed all night. That would be ridiculous. I did bring the Coleman C-6 sleeping bag again. The last trip when it was 5 degrees was the low overnight. That felt a bit warm. So with 7 degrees overnight, it's probably going to feel even warmer. Like I can feel my body heat sort of heating up this space already. It's really cozy in here. But you can hear the wind howling outside because I'm right on the crest of the hill with the lookout down there. I'll just give you a look at what we're dealing with, where we're situated. All right, so we can see right down into the Ovens Valley there. Pretty disgusting outlook at the moment, but we're here for the experience though. Would have been nice on a nice, beautiful, windless, sunny afternoon, but you can't have everything. I mean, we do need the rain, so I guess it's good that it's coming. Especially considering the run of really frosty mornings that we've had lately. Like for last week, it's been, you know, -2, -3, -4, and it feels like it's been -6, -7 in the morning. But we've had these really beautiful sky blue days, like 16 degrees in the afternoon, you know, windless. You could sit outside in the sun in a t-shirt, it's that good. So it's good to get a bit of rain. And the overnight temps obviously are a lot warmer. Oh, that reminds me too. Since the last video, I talked on the last video about a sink setup that I really want to do, and I managed to find this. Now you're gonna laugh at this. It's actually a dog bowl. It's a stainless steel dog bowl, which I guess you would use for water, but considering that it's more of a square shape than that round sink, it'd probably be more of an efficient sink to go in here. And I said that I wanted to make the sink close to the tailgate so that if you're cooking on the tailgate, you can still use the sink where that faucet is. You can reach the fridge, you can reach the utensils, you can reach everything you need to cook on the tailgate. And my aim was to put the sink right there underneath where you guys are and sink it into the bench. The only problem with that is the way that I've got the bench set up and where my feet go when I'm laying down. My feet actually hit the underside of the dog bowl and don't give my feet enough room. So the only other option then is to have it sort of sitting on top of the bench top there, or vice versa, mounting it back this way somewhere. But I don't really want it to be right in the center of the bench, because it kind of seems like a waste of space really if you've got it mounted right in the middle when you want to put other things on there. And plus, as I said, you can't reach it from there. So I might make it so that it sits up on top of the bench, and the faucet still reaches into it as well, which is good. But what it really needs to do is to be able to be lifted out so that you can tip the water out, because I don't want to have stuff around with plumbing in waste pipes and all that sort of stuff. Just nice and simple, and tip out the water once you're finished. So that'll have to be a project for another day, but I just thought I'd bring that along. I may even wash the dishes in it tonight as well. But maybe that's a thing, that you could fill it up and move it around and, you know, wash the dishes and then put it back. So, but we'll still have to find a home for it though. I just don't want it floating around in here. So first things first, I'm going to set up the TV, and we're going to turn on the Google TV, have it all set up, start playing some movies, and then we'll get to cooking this dinner that I've been talking about. So stay tuned, folks. Alright, I managed to get the TV to stop having a hissy fit. Enough time to hook up to the hotspot on my phone. So we should be proverbially cooking with gas. Let's see. Let's go to YouTube, of course, and see how our connection is. What I thought I also might do tonight is, while I've got YouTube on, is show you guys the channels that I watch and what inspires me. Where are we? Subscriptions. Now, I've mentioned before that I watch this bloke, Crazy Quady. He does truck camping in like long bed trucks, so his bed goes long ways and he's got a lot more space, of course. He actually had a heart attack recently too, I think, so he hasn't been posting much lately. So that's the sort of truck camping that inspired me to get into it as well. I watch some van life people, you know, people that obviously live out of their vehicles and that sort of thing. Where else are we? A couple of other outdoor channels. This guy, Scotty's Gone Walkabout. Now, where is he? Trip Smith is another bloke that I watch, and I've been watching him for a number of years. Yeah, so this was back in the days when I used to do a lot of kayak camping. That's where I got the inspiration from this guy, but he sort of progressed through to small boat camping, and I guess he kind of inspired me in that way as well to get into the small boat camping that I'm attempting to get into. I've got a lot of boat problems obviously at the moment, but I love his sea dory boat and the kind of camping that he does over in Florida and Alabama and places like that. That's random. There's a car that's pulled up right beside me. People that have pulled up beside me are kind of killing the vibe a little bit. They're pumping their music and their car is literally a metre away from me. Come out here for a bit of solitude and then you get someone parked right beside you. Anyway, we might put a video on then and just kick back and relax for a bit before I cook some tea. I think it's time to cook dinner. What should we do first? Let's get the stove organised. That's on a fairly low setting and can only just hold my hand there. I think I might use the table. Okay. Might just crack the back door as well. I'll just make sure the egg's still good. Yep, got an egg. iceberg lettuce, the Turkish roll, some bacon, and the schnitzels. These ones are actually pre-cooked, so I'll just heat it up on the pan, but they're ready to eat anyway, so you could eat them cold if you wanted to. And then the all-important garlic aioli. Oil. Let's see if I can squeeze this oil out. Look at it, it's solid. Bloop. Bacon makes everything better. Oh yeah, pretty looking. It's getting golden brown. So just keep an eye on that, you don't want to burn it. Oh yeah, that's what you want. Tell you what though, I'm loving this little stove. It's an absolute cracker. The only thing I don't like about it is it's so light that the gas bottle can sort of tip it over a little bit. I mean, once you've got the frying pan on, it's fine, but yeah, for 30 bucks, much better than those stupid butane stoves. I had a gut full of those things. Put that one in there. Right, that should probably do, doesn't need much. It's not a super thick Turkish roll. I'll tell you what, the wind's died down a bit out there, and hasn't been any rain for a little bit either, so could be a nicer night. I don't think I'm going to set up a night lapse tonight because the cloud cover's just going to do nothing anyway, so won't be able to see anything. Alright, well, I think we're pretty well done here. That bun is pretty tasty. We'll bring it up there, turn it off, and then we'll start building the... Is it a burger or a sandwich? I don't know. You can actually, there's a franchise that I actually really like now called Schnitz, and they do this really nice Turkish bread sort of schnitzel burgers, and that's where I got the inspiration for this for. So we'll chuck on some iceberg lettuce. Got to get your greens in. Go. Next I'll put on the schnitzel itself. Then we'll go bacon, and throw the egg on top. And there we go. Now the final key ingredient, the garlic aioli. Oh yeah, that's going to be money. Alright, well there's nothing left to do but dislocate my jaw to get around this lot. Look at that. That's just as good as I hoped and dreamed it would be. This tree. Actually, over there, just right in the sun. I think I'm a bit sunburned. Well, the synopsis is I am thoroughly pleased with how that dinner turned out. Very similar to what you would get from Schnitz. Obviously they're a bit more prettier than what mine was, but I tell you what, the flavour was there, and the garlic aioli was the piece de resistance. And we're just about at 7 p.m, so dinner's done prior to 7. That's actually a new record for me. The last video I did, I reckon I was having dinner at 9 o'clock. So I've got plenty of time to sit back and enjoy the delights of the Google TV after I've cleaned up my my mess. And I'm just letting the frying pan and everything cool down a bit before I clean everything up. And I might just take the frying pan home with me and clean everything up rather than try to do it in here tonight. Alright, let's get everything organised. Oh yeah, now we're cooking.
For man or beast. I did think about just going for it and telling them exactly what I was doing, but I never actually considered it, mainly because I couldn't look more like a poacher if I tried.
I've been sitting here going, oh, I don't feel comfortable. I've still got my jeans and my boots and everything on. I'm going to change into my tracky dacks and my Ugg boots. Yeah, boy. Well, I think I'm all YouTubed out for the night. We'll be getting on to 9:30. That's about my usual bedtime, so I think it's time to get the trifold bed set up. And hopefully, fingers crossed this time, it's a bit more fluid. That was definitely better. Alrighty, just like that, all set up again. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Alright. No. Morning. Oh, the rain's kind of noisy in here. Bit of a fitful sleep. The rain was noisy. I think it's noisier when the rain settles down and it just starts to drip, drip, drip from the trees. 6 o'clock, I've got to get up, get organised, quickly have my breakfast and coffee, and then head back home so I can go to work. Little teapot, some water. I had a bit of a skirt around to see if there was any leaks, and doesn't look like we've got any leaks in here, which is obviously advantageous, given you're sleeping in here when it's raining. Those little tailgate seals, I think did really well as well. We'll see what the longevity of them is like though, whether they last the test of time, but it'd be nice to keep some dust out and keep the draft out when you're camping in here. That fridge is kind of noisy as well, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like in summertime when it's cutting in and out all the time, whereas last night, you know, it hardly cycled too much. But still super convenient having it in here and being able to just stay in here of a night time, especially when it's raining outside. So I've got a few other ideas of camps that I want to do during the winter. I'd actually really love to do a snow camp, so if we get a snow event where I can get up into the snow line and camp when it snows, that'd be awesome. Obviously you have to use a Mr. Buddy heater, but also like on a few sort of frosty nights as well, that'll be a really good test of the setup and whether it's comfortable in those conditions. Because I think this is the peak sort of season that the truck camper really comes into its own, is during the winter time here, because let's face it, it's not super cold winter in Australia. Well folks, I don't know if you can hear it through the DJI Osmo microphone, but it's still raining quite a bit outside, so I'm probably just going to sign off here so I can jump out, do the dash around, and then take off and drive on home. So once again, thanks for watching. Love doing these truck camping videos, they're awesome. Love this setup. Yeah, continue to watch. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, and look out for more adventures from all things outdoors. Thanks guys, see you later.